Ayebo Ayeba, Somebody Call the Pastor, Part 1. The town of Okrika sprawled along the Niger River's edge, its mud brick houses glowing amber under the setting sun. Fishermen hauled their nets, children darted through dusty paths, and the air hummed with the rhythm of life. At the heart of it all stood Pastor Easy's church, a modest structure of weathered wood and tin, its cross tilting slightly from years of river storms. Pastor Ease, a wiry man with a voice like thunder, was the town's spiritual anchor. His sermons could make the laziest sinner leap to their feet, and his choir, oh, that choir, sang praises that seemed to shake the heavens. It was a Sunday unlike any other when the trouble began. The sky churned with storm clouds, dark and pregnant with rain, as Pastor Ease preached by the riverbank. He'd chosen the spot for a special baptism, the water lapping at the shore like a restless beast. "The Lord calls us to be cleansed," he bellowed, his arms outstretched. The congregation, nearly 100 strong, swayed in agreement, their voices rising in a shaky rendition of Blessed Assurance. Then it happened. A sound cut through the hymn, sharp and crystalline, like a bell rung underwater. It wasn't part of the choir. It came from the river itself, a voice, pure and haunting, weaving a worship song no one knew. The words were strange, ancient, yet they carried a melody that wrapped around the heart like a warm embrace. "Holy is the one who reigns," it sang, soft at first, then swelling until it drowned out the choir entirely. The congregation fell silent, mouths agape, as the sound danced over the water. Pastor Easy's eyes widened, his preacher's instinct kicking in. "A gift from God," he declared, seizing his fishing net from a nearby boat. "The Lord has sent us an angel's voice to glorify him." The crowd cheered, caught in the fervor as he cast the net into the river with a prayer. "Father, bring this blessing to your people." The net sank, the water rippling, and for a moment there was nothing but the wind's howl. Then the net tugged, hard. Pastor Ease stumbled, nearly falling in, as the congregation gasped. With the help of 2 deacons, he hauled it back, the ropes groaning under the weight. What emerged wasn't fish or flotsam. It was a woman. She rose from the water, her long hair cascading like black silk, her skin gleaming like polished ebony in the storm's dim light. Her eyes, dark and fathomless, sparkled with an otherworldly glow, and her lips curved into a smile that was both serene and unsettling. She wore no clothes, only a shimmer of scales that faded as she stepped onto the shore, her legs forming as if sculpted from the river itself. "Who are you?" Pastor Eze demanded, his voice trembling with awe. "I am Nkiru," she said, her voice the same as the one from the water, liquid gold, dripping with reverence. "It means the greatest is yet to come. I sing to honor the divine." She knelt, folding her hands in prayer, and began to sing again. The hymn was unlike anything Okrika had heard, complex, layered, with notes that seemed to vibrate in the bones. The storm paused, the clouds parting to let a sliver of moonlight bathe her in silver. The congregation erupted in shouts of "Hallelujah" and "Praise be." Chike, a lean young tailor with sharp eyes and a sharper mind, watched from the edge of the crowd. At 22, he was no stranger to the river's mysteries. His grandmother, Mama Ifeoma, had filled his childhood with tales of Mami Wata, the river spirit who lured men with beauty and song. "She's no angel," Mama Ifeoma would warn, her voice low over the crackling fire. "She's a thief of souls, dressed in promises." Chike had always laughed, calling them old wives' tales. But now, watching Nkiru, a chill crept up his spine. Her voice was too perfect, too commanding. It pulled at him, urging him closer, yet something in his gut screamed to run. Pastor Ease welcomed Nkiru into the church, declaring her a miracle. By the next Sunday, the pews overflowed with newcomers, drawn by whispers of the woman whose worship could heal the sick and calm the restless. She sang at every service, her voice lifting the rafters, and the town buzzed with excitement. But Chike noticed things others missed: the way men lingered after her songs, their eyes glazed, their steps unsteady as they left. And then, 3 nights later, the first disappearance happened. Okonkwo, the town's burliest fisherman, didn't come home. His wife, Adana, found his boat drifting on the river at dawn, its nets untouched, a single damp footprint glistening on the deck. The town mourned, blaming a rogue current, but Chike wasn't so sure. He'd seen Okonkwo the night before, standing by the church, listening as Nkiru sang alone under the stars. Her voice had carried over the water, and Okonkwo's face had lit up with a strange, hungry joy. The next day, Chike visited Mama Efeoma, now frail and bedridden. "What do you think of this Nkiru?" he asked, threading a needle to mend her shawl. She gripped his hand, her eyes sharp despite her age. "The river doesn't give gifts, Chika. It takes. That voice, it's a hook, and men are the fish. Mark my words, she's no child of God." That night, as thunder rumbled over Okrika, Chike stood by his window, staring at the river. Wondering, was Mama Ifeoma right? Was Nkiru a blessing or a curse? What is Nkiru hiding? Will Chike uncover her secret before more lives are lost?